me press record.
All right.
Okay. All right, so welcome to the night hacking interviews. I'd like to welcome everyone here. Okay, so sound is a little bit better now. All right. No? Yes, it's kind of weird here. Okay. So, all right. So welcome to the night hacking interviews, and I hope you guys are enjoying the Hacker Garden. So, I invite everyone here to join all those nice people here at the Hacker Garden tables to hacking things. Are you guys hacking things over there? Yes? Excellent.
Woo!
Wow. Are you hacking beer over there?
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. So you have beer hacking, we have 3D printing hacking, we have NetBeans
There's
hacking.
a guy coming like with a frog on his shoulder.
There's a frog. Is there a frog in your throat? Oh no, it's in your shoulder. So.
You interview each other?
No. I mean.
Yeah, he's the interviewer.
If it's written over there that I'm interviewing him, so. But.
It's the other way around?
No, we didn't start yet, so we don't.
We can decide.
We can decide right now. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So, thanks for watching the night hacking interviews. And here at DevVox, right, live from DevVox, one of the guys that have been interviewing amazing people is this guy here with me, is Sven Reimers. Hi, Sven. How are you doing, man?
Good, man.
Very, very good. So,
Thanks for having me.
So, Sven, you are here at DevVox, and you're doing the Hacker Garden. You're organizing all the Hacker Garden. You
Yep.
interviewed all kinds of cool people here.
Yeah.
But you are also, did you give any talks?
Yes.
You gave talks, right?
Yes.
And, and you are also hacking OpenJDK. You're hacking NetBeans.
Yes.
What is that you're not doing here at DevVox? How can you actually find time to do all of those things?
Probably I'm sleeping less.
You're sleeping less, right?
So that was like I was attending Hacker Garden like the last couple of conferences and DevVox the last years. And so the typical organizers like a Heather Vancouver and a Anders Almiray, they weren't available
Okay.
for running the Hacker Garden. So
Right.
they thought, well, we ask Sven, he will do.
Okay.
So you know about this thing, like saying no?
Yes.
That's not my
Right.
I'm not that guy.
We can't say no, right?
Yeah, we can't say no. That.
Yeah.
So,
You're telling me that you are one of the guys doing the port of Java to FreeBSD way back when? Before FreeBSD actually was able to run Java. So was that how you started? Also, someone said, "Oh, is Sven going to do it?" And you just went and did it.
No, it was probably more like I wanted to run on FreeBSD, and there was it was like today. You stack things onto each other. Like you take your host, and then you put on a VM thing, and then you put on an atomic host, and then put on Docker, and then you put like containers into Docker, and So
Right.
So it was like running FreeBSD, running Linux emulation on FreeBSD, and then taking the blackdown part from Johan.
Right. Yes.
So I didn't know Johan back then, but
Okay.
I figured out later on that Johan was the guy, one of the guys behind Blackdown. So and then there were a set of patches you could apply to the Blackdown port to make the JVM run on FreeBSD.
Okay.
So and I was always trying these things out and giving feedback, and so I was not that type of like a deep core, hardcore C++ hacking JVM internal. No, that's not me.
right,
That's
okay.
not me. But giving feedback and trying to get things running, and I started to like put together links, doing documentation things like you want to do Java on FreeBSD. Well, here are some of the resources, and that was the early days, Like
Right, yes,
like,
yes, very early.
Like I can remember running AWT like before collections were available. That seems like ancient Stone Age.
Yes. Well, but we did run AWT at that time. Yes. Okay, so you've been working with Java for a long time, and one of the things that you're hacking a lot today is on NetBeans, right?
Yeah.
So you've been hacking on Java VM, you've been hacking on NetBeans, all kinds of open source projects. It was hard to get started on those things. How?
No, not really.
Cheers. Oh, so the guys, come on, get the beer right there.
Oh man.
Oh, come on.
All right. So was it hard to get started? Well, no, not really. So just I think it's the major thing is like, do not get like, well, this is big. No, it's just like figuring out what you want to do and get started at one simple point.
Right.
And then take it from there, and then just like it just grows. Like So first thing is like you may want to have like simple things changed, and then you start to look well what you can do, and you get interested in how all this works, and you read things, and yeah, so it's like kind of incremental process.
Right,
You know?
and so when you started on hacking on the FreeBSD VM, I know you participated in all other open source projects, but I'm just get this as an example. When you start to hacking on this, you said you start with documentation, right?
Yeah.
And so, is this a good place to start? If a lot of developers want to contribute to open source project,
Yeah.
they don't know what to
Yeah,
start.
documentation is so. Nobody loves to do documentation, but
Right.
documentation is very essential for anyone to get started in the
Yes.
end. So if you figure out something about what you didn't know beforehand, get it documented. Go find a wiki, add to a mailing list, wherever, just to make sure that your knowledge is not lost. So
Right.
that's a starting point. Very easy. So
Yeah, and one of the things that a few things that I like to say about documentation is that, you get, for example, one of the guys that's like the most known guy from the NetBeans community, Gertjan.
Gertjan,
right?
yeah.
So Gertjan, he's loved all over the world for all the great work
Yes,
he does in NetBeans.
he is.
And he started by doing NetBeans documentation. Everyone knew him because he
He's-
was the one writing the
Yeah.
documentation.
Yeah, NetBeans started. NetBeans. Gertjan started
Yes.
as a technical writer.
Right.
So, and he was doing all this documentation and figuring out, well, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
So he was like very enthusiastic about it. And so we went from being a technical writer to being like the product manager.
Yes?
So just by doing stuff.
Yeah, so just
So
by
it's-
starting, right?
Yeah, just by starting.
Yeah.
So it's like documentation is really essential.
Yeah.
Definitely. So even if you don't, this actually we have nice tools for doing documentation like ASCII-Doc. So it's like easy to write documentation. You don't have to fill with like Word.
Okay.
Yeah. Just fire up your favorite text editor and just get some things done. That's quite easy today.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And if you figure out some like JavaDoc on the OpenJDK is like broken for you, yeah, try to fix it and send it to OpenJDK. And I think documentation changes is a good thing to get started for OpenJDK.
All right. That's so cool. So let's switch gears since we're going to talk about everything here, right?
Yeah,
so
sure, why not?
So let's switch gears
20
here.
years of Java, man.
20 years of Java. Yes. It's how long have you been doing Java?
97 maybe.
97.
That's like
Oh,
19
man,
then,
that's-
probably.
You're 19 at that time?
No,
No.
man. Thanks. No, like 19 years of Java with me.
Oh,
then
19 years of Java,
with you
right?
then. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Well-
Yeah, that's quite some time.
Yeah, but probably you did 20 years, man.
I've started a little bit early.
Before 1.0
Yeah, I started with Alpha.
with Alpha.
Yes.
Man.
Alpha 2. This is first Java VM that I use it.
Wow.
Yes.
So you still know about the oak thing?
Well, actually, when I started with Java inside Sun, it was I learned about Java a week before it was officially announced,
Wow.
right? Because I had just joined Sun.
Okay.
And there's a guy from the U.S. that came to Brazil to give a training course, and he told me about Oak.
Okay.
So when I accessed the internal website for Sun, it was already named Java, but that guy called it Oak.
Okay. So it was quite late in the process to change the name.
Yeah, well,
Just
yeah,
before the release.
I don't know exactly when you changed it, but when I met it was already
but
Java.
still
Yeah.
you're still from the early beginnings.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
man.
yeah.
That's good.
Well, and then you started with Java 19 years ago, and fast forward right now, NetBeans 8.1 was just released last
Yes.
week, right? And you are one of the NetBeans Dream Team guys,
Yes.
right? So you've been
You're right.
behind all of this, the NetBeans evolution. You've been helping out. You've been reaching out to the community. You've been so how it is to be, all those years working with Java, and you're helping out this great tool, this great development tool that actually keeps Java available. Every last version of Java is available because of NetBeans, right?
Yeah.
So how is to work on that cool project?
It's great. It's a great feeling to contribute things.
Mm-hmm.
So what I started was like we tried to figure out a training concept at the company I was working for, and they wanted to do we want to have a software engineering, and we want to build to train better software engineers. So they thought about what can we do, and then there was this very new thing called Find Bugs.
Yeah.
And there was an integration for, well, another IDE. And they said, well, we will do the teaching with that IDE because they have a Findbox integration. I said, no, that's not the way to go. So if you like a tool because it's good, well, get the integration for your tool. So that evening, I started to write the Findbox integration for NetBeans.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So that was all got me started. And doing all this, I figured out a lot of the internals, and yeah, so things like progressed, and you got to be part of the dream team because you contributed to NetBeans a lot.
Right.
And now you get like a kind of inside information, like, well, you discuss things and you can give feedback on, well, we don't like this, probably you should evaluate if you would like to have this.
Right.
It's not like we say go there and they do it, but it's like, well, they are listening. So, and it's a quite big group and quite influential group, I think, still. And it makes sense. So we give feedback on how we do things and how we use NetBeans and what might be missing. And so so I think the new additions like a very, very, very good JavaScript support. So we had a interview with Gertjan today about
nice.
JavaScript support in NetBeans.
Okay.
And it's like awesome. They even added new things like Node.js support for 8.1.
Right.
And
So
so next thing's up for NetBeans is like
So that's
Jigsaw
an interesting
support.
thing, right? Because if you are a Java developer, I'm sure there's some JavaScript code somewhere in your project.
Yeah.
NetBeans is a complete tool you can actually use for that.
And there's a special edition just for JavaScript HTML5 developers.
Okay.
So they don't get scared away by all the things that the IDE could do as well.
Right.
Just download the very sleek, slim version for HTML5 and JavaScript. So that's cool.
That's pretty nice. So now you touch on one important thing is that you're participating on the NetBeans open source project.
Yeah.
And of course you don't say do this and people just go and do
Yeah.
it, because that's not the way the open source project works, right?
No.
You actually don't get to tell what other people are going to work on, right?
No.
And they don't get to tell you what are you going to work on.
No.
So how does an open source project really works if everyone is working on the things they want and no one can tell anyone else to actually work on some specific thing?
So probably this is one of the things I liked about the NetBeans open source project is you can extend the IDE in any way you want for yourself. So even if it's not part of the main distribution, well, the plugin architecture allows for your special feature in your personal version of the IDE. Go for it, do it, use it. And if enough people, well, so you can upload it to the NetBeans plugin portal. Other people can use it. And if there are a lot of users, maybe sometime later it might be integrated in some or other way. So yeah, it's like you can't get every feature from your open source project, but maybe you can do your own builds or influence how the development takes shape, like the roadmap things. Like,
Right.
look at this, we are doing a lot of this stuff, and it might be interesting for you to support this in any way. And sometimes it works, and well, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, that's life, man.
Yeah, that's okay. So we're talking here with Vin. He's been doing so many things here in DevVox that we have to jump from one place to the
Yeah,
next.
sure.
So and we're talking about contributing and hacking on things, and that's what all the Hack Garden here is all about, right? People come here to hack on things. So from all the things that you hacked during these days here at DevVox, what is the thing that you found most interesting here at the Hacker Garden? I know you're working with module system yesterday.
Yeah,
we're working with NetBeans the other day.
Yeah.
So
So we did a bit of a tweaking the tweet wall for DevVox again. So customer requests coming in very late, like
right.
Yeah, the color of the font is like, well, please make it black so I can read it like from 100 meters.
Oh,
distance.
you're talking about the Twitter.
Yeah,
the
Twitter
wall,
wall
right?
that's running
the
here.
tweet
Yeah,
wall, yes.
So we fixed that one. But I think the most interesting thing was we tried to do some jigsaw hacking.
Okay.
So like taking the tweet wall thing we already had and just like try to pack it and do module things with jigsaw. And I would say it works, but there's the tooling support from IDEs is like non-existent at the moment.
Yeah, right.
But you should expect that. It's still like
still a work in progress kind of thing, right?
Yeah. It's still like floating and moving. So a moving target. So yeah, but the tools from Jigsaw, they work. Get the latest build, figure it out. So we just had a discussion about guys from Canoe. They for their new platform, they built their own like copy of JavaFX properties and binding stuff. because they didn't know that there might be a simple JavaFX base module in JDK9 that just separates out all those things that don't really are associated with graphics, but just are API stuff.
Uh-huh.
So Jigsaw is really a nice project in terms of cutting down this real big blob of code into really good digestible chunks.
Okay.
So
Very cool.
that was fun.
So you're looking forward for Jigsaw in Java 9 then?
Yes, absolutely. So yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Very, very cool. And so you quickly mentioned this, but your talk here was about the Twitter wall, right?
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
so can you tell us what the Twitter wall is and how it's being used here at Devox?
So last year, Stefan Johnson was challenging us, so the JavaFX community, like, look here, we got this nice online JavaScript version. Could you do that in JavaFX? Probably. You have two big walls to display it on here. So yeah, we took the challenge and we did a 3D version that was, well, not so readable. So we fell back to a like 2D wall, and yeah, we did it all in JavaFX.
Okay.
And it's running on a standard PC, but you can run it on a Raspberry Pi as well, or whatever little device you have, so for your own conference. And yeah, I was just doing a presentation on how it all evolved and where we started and how we got further. And now it's quite simple stylable. So if you're running your own event somewhere out there, like a Vox Days or like a local NetBeans Day or whatever, go to GitHub, tweet wallfx, clone it, fork it, whatever, add your own CSS property things, and you're good to go.
Nice. Excellent. So now, you know, we were talking here, several of those interviews I'm conducting here. We're trying to see what can we tell all the developers that are watching us right now, you know, things that they can do to improve their careers, right? Because career is something that it's our responsibility, our personal responsibility to care for, right? If we don't care, if we don't improve our own careers, no one is going to do that for us, right?
Yeah.
So, and you have been, you've been working on all kinds of open source projects. You've been, it looks like your whole career, you were contributing things, and all of these is volunteer. Some of these, I think your company, you're doing things that your company benefit from, but mostly you're doing is as a volunteer.
Yeah.
How can being a volunteer actually improve your career or the careers of people that are watching us? Because I know you're volunteering in Java user groups. I know you're volunteering in open source project. I know you're volunteering in some other organizations. Like all kinds of things.
You can put it simple. You learn to know people like Bruno Sousa.
Okay.
So no, just kidding. But the major thing is you learn stuff. You learn stuff you will never learn if you just sit in your office and do your daily work. So it's like broadening your horizon. You figure out different things. You open up new dimensions for yourself, and don't be afraid. No one's will kick you out of anywhere. So give it a go. It's like improving on yourself. Learn new things every day. So it's like a Venkat put it like a life begins at the end of your comfort zone.
Yes, I think Arun Gupta said that.
Arun Gupta did
yes,
it? Yeah,
Arun Gupta replying to Venkat. He
Yeah,
said
so
that,
yes.
Yes, right. Yes, actually Venkat said you need to get out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, and
right?
Arun put that
complemented
life,
that.
yeah,
and
that way.
Just to close this here, James Gosling said that you keep learning.
Yes,
and it's a lot easier if it's fun.
Yes,
right?
absolutely. So yeah, so took me way long to get a user group running, but yeah, it's fun.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
People like it.
All right. So thanks for watching, and we are here directly from Devox in Belgium. For the night hacking and doing interviews with very cool people like Sven, okay? And I hope you keep watching us and keep learning and keep investing in your career because that's your responsibility. We all have a responsibility to improve our careers. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks, Sven. Good. Record.